Hey kids, I'm back. So you're watching part 5 of the how to fix frets on a Fender Strat. Now we're doing fret polishing, actually fret buffing. I should have changed the title, I just realized. So I haven't left the spot since the previous live stream, which was part 4. I had to add some links in that description for these zip ties, or whatever they're called. Well, I can't remember, but you know, the proper name is written there. And for these pouches, I talked about this in the previous video, so I'm including links. Now I need to. So this is Guitar Quackery Live, the one and only live streaming guitar repair channel on YouTube. So far, the one and only, to my knowledge. And I'm also streaming outside, so I'm sending that link to our entryway TV. Yeah, just a moment. There. It's streaming, I think. It better be. And I need to send the link to the customer. Yeah, almost forgot. So there, and paste. And that's part 5, and okay, so now the customer gets the link, and he gets to watch me work on this guitar. Oh, they're turning off the lights. You guys are leaving? Ah, okay. Everything locked, right, upstairs? Yeah. Okay, you can lock this door, right? Yeah, cool. Thank you. Yeah, good night. All right. I'll be by myself. That's why I want to make sure they lock everything. Let me check. Yeah, cool. Yeah, so this is the one and only live streaming guitar repair channel. It's something unique. I gotta hear the, yeah, they are locking. Okay, cool. It's something unique. Honestly, I didn't know if I was going to continue this channel, but I kind of like the fact that at this time no one else is doing this, and I'm also archiving my work, so that's kind of cool, even if I only got 147 subscribers so far, unless anyone else subscribed. Okay, all right, here we go. So let's do some streaming. Why not? Okay, I'll be using this buffing compound. Links are in the description. Amazon affiliate links that pay me a commission at no extra cost to you. And here is my phone with my switcher app. Let's open it so I can do this live switching business for your viewing pleasure. Why don't we put this camera here, maybe a little bit higher up. Okay. And is it in autofocus? I want to put it in manual focus. Okay, cool. That's good enough. Okay. Let's do some buffing. Here it is. So I'm using this. The fret shield didn't work out. You know, if you can watch the previous. Why is this not working? Are you kidding me? Uh-oh. Look, it's not spinning. Well, that's a problem. Is it the battery? What's wrong with this? Okay, so this is the nature of live streams, but this is why I have a spare. Okay, and let's just deal with it. Okay, it's not the right chuck size. So is this one? Okay, this one's working. And now I hope it's just an empty battery, although I don't see how. Is this one working? Yeah, this one's working. Which one? Okay, this one isn't working. So let's see if I charge the battery, if that's what's wrong with it. Oh yeah, 1 bar. Okay, so I guess I forgot to charge it. Okay, whatever. You know what? It's time to drink some water. Excuse me. And I have an app that I use to log my water intake. So I didn't log it before. I guess that's right, more or less. Okay. Oh, come on. All right. Let's do some fret buffing. Here. All right. Now it's working. Oh, and I forgot the microfiber cloth. And I don't even have an audience now. So I had a small audience during the previous live stream. And now no one's watching yet. I'm not sure if I will have an audience or not. Okay, so even with the first pass, there's a big difference between this finish and this finish, okay? And that's just the first pass. But there will be a second pass. So since this is a tutorial, I'm going to repeat what I've, said already quite a few times in previous live streams. You need to move the buffing wheel, otherwise you overheat the fret. And then you might have problems. I mean, I could use this, or I could use the tape. I kind of like the idea of using the tape again, because I'll be hitting the fret ends better if I use tape. So why don't I use tape? So I'll go over those 2 frets again. Just tape it off. See, because the tape can bend, right? And now I can hit the fret ends. Now I don't really need to buff the entire fret because I already buffed it, but I do want to hit the fret here and here. Okay, what the hell? Okay, I just did it. You know, it's a little extra work and, you know, better results. Because I filed these fret ends and then I sanded, and, you know, so I just want to make sure they're shiny. Yeah, and I know the owner will be watching, so I better make sure. Yeah, I keep forgetting that, you know, people can watch me work on their guitars. So one thing that's good about these live streams is that I can provide full transparency. And yeah, this way. So now I have a new policy. Every structural repair is going to be charged by the hour. So no more estimates. By the hour, I mean, yeah, there's going to be an estimate, like an NTE agreement, not to exceed. And that's it. So kind of like a lawyer. You know, you give him $40,000, and that's the retainer for the legal fees. And we don't know how long it's going to take. Every case is different. So why would it, you know, if it's a commonly accepted way of doing business with lawyers, why wouldn't it be the way we do business in guitar repair? Because I tell you, I had guitars here that, and I still have a few of them. You know, I underestimated how long it's going to take. I end up paying for the repairs because I need to pay to be here. And if there's a certain threshold, if I don't make a certain amount of money by the hour, if you think about it, I'm still paying to be here by the hour, right? So, yeah. So how much I make by the hour needs to cover all of my hourly expenses. And needs to pay for all the taxes and IRA and all that stuff. I also got a SEP IRA. We're 14 minutes into this. And this is a 5th fret. So in this live stream, in this episode, we are only going to do the buffing. Okay, I already polished the frets with a sandpaper, with a really fine grits of sandpaper, right? So we can call it sanding, or we can call it polishing, or micromesh, or whatever you want to call it. And now we are buffing. And I guess you could call this polishing as well. It's part of the polishing procedure, and there are many steps in the procedure. And the only reason why I am talking is because this live stream will be archived, so someone will be watching it at some point in the future. But no one's watching now. I had one viewer for a brief moment, and I lost the viewer. Maybe I should, I've been thinking about live streaming while I work, but talking about other things, like pick a theme like any conventional live streamer would do and just talk about that. Like talk about, I don't know, the latest developments with guitars, whatever. Or maybe I can talk about airplanes. I was just watching some videos, actually some tragedy, some skydivers, yeah. It happened a long time ago. In the 1960s, I think. 1962 or something. There was a big skydiving accident. 16 people died all at once. Yeah. So this is looking good, all right? This will take another 20 minutes, I'm sure. 25 maybe 30. See, I don't know. Oh, you know, another thing that I've been doing, because I talked about streaming, not for the public, but I've also been streaming privately into a private live stream just for archival purposes. So it helps me keep track of my time as well, how much time I spend on a project. And then I can see how long the video is or how long the videos are. And I actually have now a worksheet, right? Spreadsheet. So I plug in those numbers. So I know how much I want to make by the hour. And then it shows me if I am close or I'm way off, or maybe I'm even making more than I hope to make. So obviously I'm always off. So I think that when you do any kind of service at this level, so I like to really take care of all the details. You're always going to be spending more time. Oh, I have 2 viewers there. 2? Yeah. I know it says 3, but one of them is my phone. So 2 actual people watching. And you know, I don't know how this works. The live streaming graph or whatever. So I know that when I join a live stream, I can just keep watching the live stream, or I can rewind and watch from the beginning, right? Which I think I can do that, right? So I don't know if it's showing me if people are watching me in real time or if they're watching what's already been replayed. I have a an interesting project. I think I might work on it later. It's a PRS, repair of a tuning machine. So I came up with an idea. Well, the tuning machine is a Schaller. Let me show you this view a little bit. It's a Schaller. So it was not well made, even if it's a Schaller. So those are known to break, which is what PRS was using at the time. And you can no longer buy them. So I came up with an idea how to restore that tuning machine knob. And it's going to be done under the microscope. And it's going to be interesting. And I might do this after this guitar. Although now after I'm done with this, the guitar needs a setup. So I don't know if I'll just finish this guitar or start working on the other one. I don't know yet. I also got some other guitars that I don't need to live stream. So I just need to get them done. All right. Oh, look at that. Now I do have an audience, small audience. And ran out of things to say. You know, our live streaming friends, you know, they pick a theme, right? And they talk about whatever. And they have a, like Phil McKnight, whatever. He has a channel with 100 or 200 or 300,000 subscribers, right? So that's his thing now. Good for him. So he can brainstorm all day. What am I going to talk about? And then, you know, maybe writes down a few bullet points. I don't know how he does it. And then just talks about it. And that's great. But I have a different situation. I have 140 something subscribers on this channel. I'm not going to brainstorm all day about what am I going to talk about at work. So I just need to do my job right here. So for now, it's not realistic for me to have all these topics to talk about, and to you know, read the comments and, you know, reply as I'm working. So I'm still learning how to do this live streaming business, and I think I'm getting better at it. So speaking of Phil McKnight, I was just watching him the other day. Yeah, I do watch his channel every now and then. And he's good at talking. I don't think I'm good at talking. I mean, yeah, I can talk about this, about the frets, and, you know, whatever. But these guys, they come up with topics all the time, what they're going to talk about. I was just watching Guitar Max just today. He was talking about the fires in LA, because he's from LA. Yeah, I have a friend in LA. I reached out to her. It's a she. She hasn't been, they haven't been affected. I think she's got 2 kids or something. I, you know, lost touch. But I think everyone in LA must know someone who's been affected, right? Which means a lot of people are staying with friends, right? Must be, right? I haven't followed all the details of that news very closely. I know there's looting going on, and I know that they still don't know if it's arson or not, and that there could be copycats. So it could be arson now, but was it initially arson? They don't know. At least that's the latest news that I've seen on YouTube. I don't have time to read the news. I just push play and I listen. YouTube is like radio now, right? You can just listen to the news. You don't need to watch it. And you can, you know, cook your dinner or do something. You can be doing something while you're listening. You know, and honestly, I still don't have a good news outlet that I actually like. or I should say, I mean, I kind of like some. I'm not going to get into which ones, but I don't like everything about them, right? So obviously they all have agendas and sponsors and whatever, right? I don't like opinionated news. It's like it's all these opinion pieces. I just, I just want the facts, and I'll, you know, have my own opinions. But, and, news can waste a lot of, I can waste a lot of time following news. Um, and I'm trying not to follow news because I waste a lot of time, and what difference does it make if I was informed or not? I can't make a difference. So I often ask myself, what is it even for, to be informed? And Thomas Jefferson said, according to some historic quotes, to be truly informed, one must learn to ignore all newspapers. Something like that. Okay, one more fret after this. This is one before last. There. Okay. I didn't fall asleep this time yet. Okay. We're done with this, but there's another pass. So, yeah, longer than, what did I say, 20 minutes, or what did I say? I don't even know what I said. Okay. This is it. And now I can put this over there. I'm going to charge it later. Oh, you see, this one is charged. It wasn't working. So let me charge this one. It's not working. Okay, well, you see, I'm glad that I do have a spare one. So this is how it is. Everything breaks, whatever you buy. Even guitars, which is why they bring them here. So I'm going to have to buy another one. So now, from a business perspective, has that thing been paid off already? If not, I'm losing money, right? So, I don't know. It's been paid off. I can't remember how much this costs. 20 bucks maybe, maybe less. Has been paid off, I think. I don't know if you can hear the banging steam pipes. It drives me nuts. It's only one pipe that is like that, because it's pitched in the wrong direction. So you have an accumulation of water when the steam cools down, and then when the steam builds up again in the system, it's trying to push that water. But it really sounds metallic. But like I said, I don't know if this mic picks it up or not. If it does, it's not, you don't hear it the way I hear it. Here it's really loud. So this second pass really does make a difference. There's a big difference between this and these two frets now. You might even see the difference. This is the way I like to do it. This is why I get the big bucks. Yeah. Now, you know what? If you want to make the big bucks, you got to do like any kind of home improvement, like plumber, electrician. I think plumber or electrician, right? Not so much sheetrock. And I'm not talking about the workers, I'm talking about the business owners. I think they make the big bucks. But their overhead costs are also much higher than my overhead costs. Plumbers are really expensive. Once I had to change a pipe. It was a brass pipe. Okay, so it was a threaded pipe. And it was what's called a nipple, which means it was a short pipe from one joint to another. And I live in an old house, so the threaded portion kind of fractured between the threads, and there was a leak. And so I wanted to change the pipe myself, and when I attempted to unscrew it, the part that was broken broke off inside of the elbow, right? The threaded portion. So now I didn't have the tool to remove it, so I said, you know, I'll just call a plumber, let them do it. I can't remember. I think he wanted like $600 or something like that. That was like many years ago. I said, you know, whatever. So I went to the plumbing supply store. I bought a $20, $25 tool, you know, extractor tool. The new nipple was like, I don't know. I don't even think it was $15. and I already had the Teflon tape, and I already had the monkey wrenches. I just did it myself. I wasn't doing any alteration, right? I was just replacing a pipe, a little portion, with the same, that you could just buy ready-made, same size. And the rest of the pipe had, I think it's called a universal joint, so you could undo it there. I can't remember now anymore. This was many years ago. So I was able to do it without, you know, much fuss. I like to tell people, a locksmith, because sometimes people come and, you know, they say, ooh, this is expensive. Yeah. Well, I happen to have a sign right there. That's the first sign that people see. I have a few signs, but the first sign that people see is this one. Okay, is this going to focus? Yeah. Okay, so that's the first sign that people see. And why do I have this here? Well, because a lot of people are rehearsing here, and sometimes they wonder if they can just kind of, you know, pick my brain, I guess, or whatever. And I do want to help them, but time is valuable. And sometimes people just want like a quick setup or, you know, that sort of thing, which I don't do. So, so if that's the first thing they see, but then it does say quality comes at a price, or whatever that Chinese proverb says. So still, some people do come and then talk to me, but, you know, after they've seen the sign. So this ensures that that they know that they're going to be paying for the service. And what I like to tell people is how much it costs in New York City to change a cylinder on the lock. So I happen to know $350, and that's a 10-minute job. One screw, that's it. Any 10-year-old can learn it in 10 minutes. So if that costs $350, then my services are cheap, or any technician in town is undercharging. Because we spend years learning this and perfecting this. And now it is true that a locksmith needs to go to a location to perform the service, so it's not just a 10-minute job. But still, there's a locksmith around every corner. You should be able to call the nearest one, and I don't think it should cost $350 to change a cylinder. But it does. And somebody told me, oh, that's because they charge you because you need that. And that's also my point. You don't need the guitar, right? So the guitar is like a Ferrari. You want the guitar. You don't need it. You need the cylinder, right? So that shouldn't be a luxury. But a guitar is a luxury. You want the guitar. So you want a Ferrari. Well, it costs more because you want. You need food. You should be able to afford it, right? You need a cylinder for your lock, to lock your door. You should be able to afford it. But if you want a guitar, well, that's not what you need, and luxury should cost. And I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm saying things are a little screwed up right now, in my opinion. And it's okay if other people have a different opinion. I'm good with that. I'm just saying, in my opinion, guitars should be well built. I don't think we should have, and I'm guilty, but you know, I don't think we should have 20 guitars, and I have more than 20. But yeah, and you know, we should pay for what is, for most people, a luxury item. Now, it's not luxury like a Ferrari, right? I get that. But it is a luxury item. It's, you know, level 1 luxury. So you should be able to afford it if you want it, but you definitely don't need it. But a technician or a builder who spends a significant amount of time working on the guitar, and who spent, you know, a good amount of time learning how to do something that's a lot more complicated than changing locks, should get paid more. But the world isn't a fair place, right? Yeah, a teenager posting stupid TikTok videos might be making more money than a doctor, right? It's not fair, but that's how it is. Yeah, but you know, I don't want to really have conversations with people. Why is it so much? You know, I try to be nice about, you know, about it if people tell me it's too much, but it is what it is. I also have a policy that every guitar needs to be at this level. So what I'm doing now, this is what every guitar gets. So I totally get it that some people don't want that, but this is what happens here, right? And there are a few reasons for this. One reason is very practical. I have very limited storage space here. So I don't want to have 60 guitars in storage, you know, with, you know, what people might call standard setup without any polishing, or I don't want to have that. I couldn't have 60 guitars in storage even if I wanted to. Not here, because there's no space. I really think that I'm the smallest shop in town. It's just this. Just this and the storage space, which I call the vault. And I think that tells you something. It's called the vault. Yeah. Yeah, I have insurance, and the studio also has additional insurance for me. So if something happens to the guitars, we're covered. So I didn't quite understand, but when I started working with the studio, so the studio here is called Bob Elliott's Music Makers NY, also known as just Music Makers. So when I started working with music makers, they started advertising that now there's also a guitar repair shop here, right? And they put out flyers, put out their website, this and that. And their insurance company contacted them and said, oh, now you have this additional service. No, not really. You know, this is just some guy renting space here, and yeah, but you need additional insurance. So I didn't quite understand, but even if I have my own insurance, their insurance insisted that they, you know, put this on the insurance policy. Even if I'm a different business, you know, I have a separate tax ID number, and I am not music makers, right? So somehow their insurance company insisted that they pay additional insurance for me being here and me storing the guitars. I don't know. So now I wonder if something happens, if they contact their insurance and say, okay, so we need $1,000, a guitar got stolen or something. If they are going to tell them, oh, but your guy, doesn't he have his own insurance? Why doesn't he just make a claim with the other insurance company? So I don't know what would happen, right? I don't want to find out. I prefer not to know. We all love insurance companies. So the insurance company I use is Anderson Musical Instrument Insurance. They're in Florida. I can still talk and show you what I'm doing, right? They're in Florida. And they specialize in musical instrument insurance. So, to my knowledge, a lot of repair technicians use them. I think just about every musical instrument rental place in the country uses them, I believe. And they are affordable. I mean, I think their price is just right. So they're not too cheap. It's like too cheap is you know, suspicious. So I think their price is just right. Yeah, I can definitely afford it. The only thing that can be improved with their service is their payment system. So I don't know what's wrong with their payment gateway or whatever it's called, but it's supposed to just automatically take money from my bank account every quarter. And somehow that doesn't work. So last time, what I ended up doing is I just, you know, called them and I just paid for the whole year in advance. because I trust them. I've been with them, and I don't know why their payment thing doesn't work, their auto pay. But it never really worked. And I know they changed the system about a year ago, I think. And I thought the new system was going to work better. But it hasn't worked for me. So I don't know if their other customers also struggle with this or not. I don't know. I know a friend of mine opened a shop in Brooklyn, also a guitar repair shop. I think about a year and a half ago. I send a lot of customers to him, by the way, because he's a nice guy. So I don't know how many of my customers actually end up going to him, because he's in Brooklyn. And obviously, most people that are going to call me here are probably going to be people from Manhattan. Not always, because I do take the addresses I put in my database. Some come from Queens, some from New Jersey, from other states actually. Yeah, but what was I saying? So I told him to get Anderson. So I don't know if he ended up getting Anderson or some other insurance company. I gotta ask him. I've been meaning to ask him. I keep forgetting. So I'm almost done with this. I am, yeah, almost done. 2 more frets after this one. Then I'm going to clean it. And then I have one more step, which is proprietary. So I'm going to do that one off camera. And then I guess I'll reassemble the guitar. And, sorry. Had to sneeze. And I'm not sure if I'll work on it late, or if maybe I'll work on the PRS, or look at some other guitars. I have a whole bunch. I had to turn down quite a few people lately because I'm running out of storage space, and some people haven't picked up since before Christmas. So I guess you could argue they're costing me. So I need to turn down customers because I can't put their guitars anywhere. So the battery is dead. Look at that. Okay, it'll be fine. Just finish it off by hand. Not going to make a big difference. I still buffed it. So yeah, so we have this now. So you can look at the reflection. I always look at the reflection, and it's got to move in a uniform line, right? If you see this reflection kind of move like, kind of like a graph on a, what is it, EQ, right? Like up and down, then you know you have uneven frets. But if if it moves uniformly, you know that all the frets are even. You see that? The reflection. Now this is not in focus because this camera doesn't have autofocus, but I'm just looking at the reflection. Okay, that camera's right there. You can't see it. Yeah. I still need to clean up the, so 1 hour, 1 minute, and 9 seconds. That's how long it took to buff the frets. I got 2 people watching. Oh, Rubbish Guitar Bloke. Hello. Good morning, Professor, he says. Thank you for recent advice. Oh yeah, the advice, I replied to your comment, right? That's what you mean. Haven't received the invoice yet, haha. Yeah, my invoice, right? No, I'm not going to send you an invoice. It's just chat, right? Yeah. Playing with a thumb splint and short scale Mustang. Short scale Mustang arrives tomorrow. Squire Sonic, 125 pounds. Okay, good deal. Yeah. Okay, so it's a bit dirty here, right? From all the buffing compounds, so I'm going to clean it. And then, like I said, I have another thing I do. So, you know, the reason why I call it proprietary and I kind of don't show what it is, I mean, I do kind of want to, you know, monetize a little bit, a little more. A little more than living at the edge of poverty, at the edge of YouTube poverty, right? So maybe, yeah, I'm thinking of how to monetize that little part. Okay, that's it. Or maybe I'll just one day just, you know, disclose what it is. I don't know. Not a big deal. Here, so there's some buffing compound that spilled over, right? We want to clean it. Yeah, I didn't put a link to this. It's the Music Nomad guitar detailer. Maybe I should put a link. Yeah, I should, because then I get money. We were just talking about getting monetized. So in a sense, I'm already monetized through the Amazon affiliate links. If anyone clicks on those links and buys a product. And Rubbish Guitar Bloke, who just commented, who just posted this chat, did say that I should get a Amazon affiliate thing with Amazon UK. Yeah, I mean, it's a good idea. It's a lot of work, but yeah, I mean, obviously it's a good idea. But you know, also you can't monetize every opportunity. So sometimes you need to let go of some opportunities and focus on the other opportunities. Because everything takes time. Maybe I will spend the rest of the evening recording some videos, not streaming, for the new channel, which is coming up. So that's Guitar Quackery Business. Yeah, because I want to start posting, And I'm thinking of doing the same format as on the main channel. So the main channel had two formats. Like the early format was just the opening, like on this streaming channel where you see the logo and it just cross dissolves into me talking, right? So the new format on the main channel is me talking to the camera first, and then we have that burst with the logo, and then it cuts to, it cross dissolves to my talking head with the background with the logo behind me. So that's in my living room, right? I have a green screen, and so I'm thinking of recording all my talking head shots in my living room for the business channel. And also doing like an opening intro here or somewhere else. And I'm also thinking of doing, you know, some, what they call it, vlogging or whatever, walking around with the camera. So I have the gimbal. So this is a gimbal, right? There's no camera on it now. So there's a camera here. So this is a camera. Put it on the gimbal. And this thing can track my face, right? So hold on. I guess I could show you. Okay, so you're getting a little bit of a behind the scenes footage, I guess. So I gotta balance out the gimbal. Okay. That's it. Turn it on. And I already bought an extension stick for the gimbal. So now, oh yeah. Let me move this camera out of the way. So I got cameras, right? So with this gimbal now, the camera is pointing in that direction, and now I can do this. It turns around, and if I do this, now it's tracking my face, right? So I'm trying to get around, and it's tracking, right? So now it's pointing up. Now it's looking at me from above. So this camera will always track my face now. So that's the gimbal that does that. And if I try to turn it, you'll see the green light, and now it turns red. So if I do this, now that light turns red. So now it's no longer tracking my face, you see? It's not turning. See? It didn't turn. So I can put it in tracking, okay? And I bought an extension for this. So I can walk around town with this, and it'll track my face. I can relax. You know, it'll track my face, and I can talk to it. And I can have a mic and a receiver on that camera. So I'm thinking of doing some recordings like that. Hold on, let me turn this off. Okay. I have another camera that does the same thing. It's called the Osmo Pocket 3. And it's here. So that's a small camera. does the exact same thing. So to turn it on like this, I can put this extension here. Okay, and now it's tracking my face. Same way, right? And I can also buy an extension for this. And I can have this mic here, and that's already paired to this camera. But this camera, you know, has a smaller sensor, so the image quality really isn't that great. I don't like it. I use this camera sometimes outside. I put it on the stand, and it's used in the live streams when I am outside. But I don't like it at all. It's disappointing. So I could also walk around with my phone. I can actually put my phone on this gimbal as well instead of this camera. Let me put it away. And I also have a drone, but I don't want to use it outdoors, but it's pretty cool, I guess. It can follow me here, right? I'll show you. So that's the drone. So I don't know if it's going to bump into something now. Let me put this away. All right, let's try. Let's see what happens. So I don't know if you're going to see this. I'm going to try to fly it here. Okay. Okay, so now it's looking at me, and it's in this spotlight mode. So you can see that it's turning. So I'm always in the shot. It's got other modes. It's got follow mode, where it could just follow me around. Hold on. It's weird how you turn it off. It's got all these blinking lights. Okay, now it's off. So I could use the drone as well. And I can pair, because it's also DJI. It's the same manufacturer that makes that Osmo Pocket 3. So I think there's a way to... No, you can't pair the microphone, but you can with the drone. Or can you? I don't know. I forgot. I got to watch the tutorials on YouTube. Yeah, so I want to make the Guitar Quackery business channel interesting, also visually. And we'll see. Okay, so I'm done with this. Let's remove this thing from the nut. Here. Okay. All nice and clean. I am going to reassemble the guitar, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do a setup tonight or not. Okay, 2 people just joined, and I'm about to end it. Sorry. So, like I said, I'm not sure if I'm going to end up streaming part 6 tonight or maybe tomorrow. But anyway, thank you for joining, and I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.